The ideal is for you to be confident enough in yourself as a dominant that you can dominate even without a plan, a script, or easy compliance if you must. Even if that submissive being a little fussy, a little mouthy, a little bratty. A surrendered submissive is a beautiful sight indeed. For a submissive to be surrendered to their dominant partner means that they have willingly given up control and have fully embraced their role. And this requires a deep level of trust and faith in the dominant's leadership and guidance and care, as well as a willingness to submit to the dominant's desires and needs. A surrendered submissive will often feel a sense of liberation and freedom in their submission because they're able to let go of their own desires and focus solely on pleasing and being present with their dominant. They may also experience a sense of fulfillment and purpose in their submission, and that is the goal. That's the ideal. For you to be able to serve and please your dominant partner in a way that's meaningful and empowering to you. And how to build this sense of fulfillment and surrender in the heart of a submissive is one of the most common questions I receive. And I believe that the key here, the key to inducing this sense of surrender, starts with a display of strength. Now, this is not as an act of intimidation or fear. This is a way of proving to the submissive that you as the dominant are present enough and strong enough and secure enough to handle whatever comes up in the dynamic. This strength is often found in what I refer to as adaptable planning. Requiring everything and everyone to perform exactly as you have crafted mentally is insecurity-based control, not empowered domination. The ideal is for you to be confident enough in yourself as a dominant that you can dominate even without a plan, a script, or easy compliance if you must. Even if that submissive being a little fussy, a little mouthy, a little bratty, okay? And a strategy that will aid you in doing so and encourage greater surrender in the submissive is to increase the power gap in and out of play. The goal here is to challenge and push the submissive outside of their comfort zone so they can realize they're safe and they can find satisfaction in total surrender. In the last video, we talked about the many negative repercussions that come with a pseudo-submissive who victimizes themselves as a sneaky act of control. Because true submission is always empowered, okay? When a submissive is empowered in the dynamic, they feel like they have some control over their life, over their submission. They're confident in their role as a submissive, and they know what they want, what they don't want, and they can communicate those things to the dominant. They're involved in negotiation. They're involved in collaboration. They can make choices within the boundaries of their dynamic, the agreed upon dynamic, and they can feel proud in their submission. That's an empowered submissive. That's what we want. That's the goal. And I believe a dominant can foster this sense of empowerment as an alternative to a victimized submissive through communication, negotiation, and collaboration. Okay? Dominants, encourage your submissive to communicate openly and honestly about their needs, desires, and boundaries. And the important thing for you, dominants, your role in this is to create a safe space for them to do so. The role of safety is fundamental in creating intimacy because it allows for the fullness of expression. So we definitely don't want to skip the safety. Now, negotiation should always take place before you play, but when you're working to empower a submissive, it's even more important, okay? If you have a shy, disempowered, shamed submissive, a great way for them to develop advocacy, self-advocacy, and find their voice again is to demand clear communication, demand transparent answers, demand honest feedback. And consider collaboration in your dynamic as ongoing negotiation. Now, I would not advise consistent and open collaboration in all dynamics. I absolutely would not. I know too many of what you guys are going through. But for those of you with submissives who struggle to advocate for themselves, for those of you with submissives who struggle to find their voice, to use their voice, they struggle to set boundaries, they struggle to set limits, insisting that they build these skills with you through ongoing dialogue will go a long way toward that submissive sense of personal empowerment. Just like dishonor, disrespect is often a big turnoff for Dom types. And if you're the Dom in that dynamic, you likely already know how important it is to redirect this behavior. Because a respectful submissive, on the other hand, is so attractive. Oh my goodness. They will show deference and consideration to you. They'll behave in a way that is consistent with what you agreed upon. They'll be attentive to your needs as a dominant, but they'll also know their own boundaries and limits and communicate those openly but respectfully. A respectful submissive will express their submission through acts of service or devotion and will often enthusiastically follow instructions or guidelines. And of course, showing respect by using proper titles and honorifics and by being mindful of their behavior both in and out of scenes. And just like honor, respect includes standards and reciprocity. Both dominant and submissive should be able to feel safe expressing their boundaries, knowing that they'll be respected and upheld. I also think correction is a vital part of this training because if a line is crossed, the submissive needs to know that they violated a boundary, so they have the opportunity to rectify it. So these strategies will definitely get you started, but if you want to take a deep dive into submissive training, you don't want to miss my new high value submissive bundle on Patreon. This bundle includes 6 amazing downloads, including 2 brand new guides. Training Techniques for a High Value Submissive is a 6-page download packed with 50 of the most effective submissive training techniques across all 10 high value traits we've discussed in this series, with a unique 5-step training process to transform your pseudo-sub into a high value submissive. The best part is that when you download this bundle, you'll also get lifetime access to my comprehensive library of over 40 kink-friendly worksheets and downloads to help you design your dream dynamic. Just go over to patreon.com/LXerotica to get instant access to this incredible new bundle. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss anything new. And if you try any of these techniques, I'd love to hear how they worked for you in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.